Museo de la Plata. That's the craziest animal. We've already found our first dinosaur. That's a big one. That's a big dinosaur. I never knew what they look like. Very interesting. Very interesting and kind of gross. It's really amazing to see all this stuff. Welcome back, everyone, to La Plata, Argentina. We are here, back again in La Plata, and today we are here in beautiful Paseo René Favaloro. This beautiful urban park, Paseo René Favaloro, that we made a video about previously. Link to that video down in the description. And we're here today to see the beautiful and wonderful and very famous Museo de la Plata, right here. The Museo de la Plata. It's a natural sciences museum, part of the Universidad Nacional de La Plata, the National University of La Plata, and it's in this beautiful building right here. And this museum was actually built just a few years after the foundation of the city. In 1882, the city was founded, and this museum opened in 1888, just 6 years later. We have a whole video about the foundation of the city of La Plata and its interesting history, so make sure you check that out, link down in the description. But today, it's all about the Museum de La Plata. We're gonna go in and see what's going on in there, so come along. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you want to help out the channel and help it grow, I really would appreciate it. Click on the like button down there, the subscribe button, and the little bell next to it to be notified for when new videos drop. It really helps the channel grow because it's going to help the YouTube algorithm recognize this content and spread it to other YouTube viewers. If you'd like to support the channel monetarily, I would appreciate that as well. You can leave a super thanks by clicking this thanks button here and give a small donation to the channel. I appreciate your support. So back to the video, enjoy. So we can get tickets online ahead of time, I think, but I didn't do that because I don't prepare well for anything, and that means we're gonna go up here to the ticket office. I think it's 4,000 pesos to get in, which is not bad at all. 4,000 pesos is like, I don't know, $3.50 US. Pretty good deal. Let's go up here and get our ticket and head inside. I'm actually quite excited to see this place because ever since I made the video in Buenos Aires, in Parque Centenario, when we visited the Museum of Natural History in Buenos Aires, I got a lot of comments in that video that I should come here and check this museum out here in La Plata. So that's what we're doing. If you want to see that video about Parque Centenario and the Museum of Natural History in Buenos Aires, check for a link down in the description. Let's go in and get our ticket. All right, we're inside. We're in the main hall. Like I said, this building is incredible. Very, very cool. Very cool old building from way back in 1888. It's incredible skylight here. And a bust to Francisco P. Moreno, the founder. Here we are in the section about the Earth. If we go into a geology section, look, if you did see that video in the Museum of Natural History in Buenos Aires, you'll know that I think geology is boring. Sorry, geology fans. Astronomy, that's a different story. I think astronomy is quite cool. Here's some geological and looks like astronomical instruments as well. There's an old meteor. Oh, from Chubut, Argentina. where we were. We were in Chubut, Argentina. We saw the old ranch that Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid, where they lived. Link to that video down in the description, of course. Cool. All right. We have to move with purpose, or else we are going to be here forever. Oh. Strobe light. Okay. Yeah, this is the geology section. Look, geology, I don't know. There's something about it. It doesn't really interest me that much. There is a lot of stuff here, though. So if you are interested in geology and you decide to come here to the museum, you're not going to be disappointed. There's a little thing on biodiversity. The percentages. Okay. So, the total number of species on the Earth, 1.4 million. More than half of them are insects, creepy crawlers. Plants, algae, protozoas, other animals, viruses make up only 1,000. Bacteria, fungus, insects seem to be winning. I think the insects are winning the war. We have some birds from the Patagonian steppe. Where else? El bosque andino patagonico. This is actually quite beautiful. This Patagonian forest. Reminds me of where we were down in Bariloche. I don't know if that is that area of Patagonia, but it's quite beautiful down there. La Selva Misionera. This is up in Misiones province, up near the rainforest. La Pampas. And El Bosque Chaqueño, forest in Chaco, up north. Very cool. All right, let's keep looking around here. Oh, here we are. Okay, look, we've already found our first dinosaur. This museum reminds me quite a bit of a museum in my city, Chicago. There's a museum of natural history, natural sciences called the Field Museum in Chicago. It's a very beautiful, very old kind of a building, probably from around the same time as this building. And very big museum, lots of exhibits. Very cool place. If you're ever in Chicago, anyone who's watching this, you want to go to a good museum, check out the Field Museum. We have a Diplodocus. Anyway, it's a big ass dinosaur. The size of 3 buses. That's a big one. That's a big dinosaur. Let's see if we can find some more dinosaurs around here. Oh, here we go. Now these are not, of course, not dinosaur skeletons, but there are a ton of skeletons in here. Whales up on the ceiling, including this gigantic one right here. Look at the size of this thing. There's elephants. They have everything seemingly arranged by size, it looks like, with the elephants here, the largest land mammals, going down to smaller ones there. And here, this whale. What kind of whale is this? Rorqual común. Okay, now here's the thing. My Spanish is okay. It's getting pretty good. I don't really know the names except for like a few, like very common animals. I don't know the names of all the animals, so I may not know what some of these things are. There's a lot of skeletons in here. Here's a, let's see, human, orangutan, gorilla, chimpanzee. There's a large school group coming through here, as you can probably hear on the video. Anzo, Equus asinus. It's like some sort of a little horse or something. Chancho de arbustal. Yeah, like I don't know. I honestly don't know all of these. Well, this is obviously a horse. Caballo. That one I know. This is cool. I'm going to take a quicker than normal walk through this part. It is cool to see all these skeletons, though, of all the different types of animals. Look at this deer. They're extremely well preserved. Here's a hippopotamus. Terrifying creatures, hippopotamus. Yeah, we're gonna have to speed, I think, a little bit faster through this museum than we have in previous videos because this place is big. I can tell already. This place is gigantic. And there's a lot to see here. And I think I just want to give you guys a little taste of what's here. You get to see everything that it has to offer. Maybe not up close and in detail, but maybe it'll give you the inspiration to, if you're ever visiting Argentina, to come to La Plata and come and visit this museum. I think this is an ostrich of some sort. Large flightless bird. Basically a dinosaur. Oh. Snake section. I'll always check out a snake section. I think snakes are cool. People are freaked out by snakes. I think they're cool. Ooh, look at this guy. Some sort of viper. Yikes. Here we go. Boas and pythons. Constrictors. Snake skeletons are always crazy to me. It's basically just like a skull with a gigantic spine and a whole ton of ribs. And that's it, really. Snakes, evolution really scaled down the snake, right? To just like, what does it need? What does a snake really need, right? It needs a skull. It needs a long spine and a bunch of ribs. Doesn't need anything more than that. Caiman, some other lizards, tortoises and turtles. There's a sea turtle. Remember, all tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises. Various water birds. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. There's another group of school kids right around the corner here, which is why I'm sort of delaying in this hall a little bit. I think it's cool that school kids come here, obviously. It's great. I remember when I was a kid going to museums like this with school trips and loving it. But when I'm trying to film a video, it's kind of hard for everybody to hear. So I always try to strategically move around so as not to bother them, and then they won't bother us either. Here's the next hall here. Yeah. All right, let's say we're gonna skip past this next hall, and then we'll loop back and catch it. So I went through that hall. It's a big, long hall that curves around the sort of center, like the center where we started, the center hall that's like round. It's outside, it curves all the way around. And when we got to the end, there was another group of kids. So it's kind of loud in there right now. So we'll just come over to this side hall where there's all the sharks and whales and marine life. You can check all this out. It's like some sort of dolphin, porpoise. Pretty cool. Now, the one thing is here in the center, this is where we can get the best shot of this. They have a gigantic whale skull. Oh, and I didn't even notice this, like around the edges. Yeah, they have these huge bones from different, like, whales. This looks like it's some sort of a, I don't know what kind of whale that is. Well, look at the size of this thing. I wonder if this is a blue whale skull. Blue whale's the largest animal on the planet. Here's an orca. The killer whales. The jerks of the sea. Yep. Ballena azul. It's a blue whale. This is the skull of a blue whale, the largest animal on the planet. Look at the size of this thing. Holy cow. That's gigantic. That's crazy. Here we have a little sea lion. Very cool. Sea lion skeletons. Some sort of a giant elephant seal. Yeah, look at the size of this guy. Also some sea turtles. Crocodiles. There's another whale skull. This is kind of a huge collection. I mean, I knew this was huge collection when I came in. But man, even just like the building is huge, so I knew that the collection was going to be huge, but it's like it's so packed in here. You know what I mean? Giant sea turtle. Even bigger sea turtle. Crazy. Check out these rays. This is something I've never seen before, like the actual skeleton of the ray. I never knew what they look like. That's insane. It's definitely one of the most alien-like creatures on the planet, right? The ray. That thing looks like an alien. Alright, let's see. That goes back to the hall that we passed up. Still sounds kind of loud over there. Let's keep going. Looks like there is a guided tour going on here as well. Now that's something I should mention. They do have guided tours available. I don't know that it costs extra. I think it's just that they happen only at a certain time. And you know me, I appreciate that guided tours are available, but I always kind of like to just do a self-guided tour. Anyway, there's a bunch of megatherios, right? The like megafauna, giant animals, prehistoric animals from North America, like these giant mega sloths. And they've got right here in the center some wow. Yeah, they have some of the skeletons. Here's the giant mega sloth. Look at the size of this thing. That's the craziest animal. You know? I've seen sloths, of course. But to see a giant mega sloth, giant ground sloth, you know, the size of like a truck. Crazy. Here we have a, looks like a dodo. No, well, whatever it is. It's a giant, terrifying land bird, flightless bird, dinosaur, basically. Wild. Oh, look at this. There's a giant armadillo. Oh, here's a mastodon skull. The mammoth. Cool, but man, look at this. It's like giant armadillo type creature. I don't know if it's an actual like a ancestor of an armadillo, but kind of looks like one. Oh, this is what we saw in the other room. Sleeptodonte. Sure looks like an armadillo. Comadreja. Old, I don't know, possum-like thing. Here's some more of the Hyptodonte. With its like crazy shell. It's a very cool creature. Some more of them here, Hyptodonte. They have a lot of these. This is wild. Hyptodonte, the size of a forklift. 2.5 to 3 meters long, 1.5 meters tall, 2,000 kilograms. That's a big boy. Man, this collection really is wild. They have a huge, huge collection. I mean, look, I'll tell you that room that we skipped over, we're going to go back there. I'll make sure we get back there before the end of the video, but there was like hundreds of taxidermied animals in that room in cases just all along the walls. It's crazy. Of course, all the kids in there were like going nuts because it's just like so many animals to see. If I was a kid, 6 years old, I think those kids were 6 or 7 years old, they looked like, I'd be going nuts too. I don't blame them. They're having a good time. But we're going to let them have a good time over there while we look around the quiet part of the museum. Look at this thing. Another one of those giant land sloths. The Megaterio. Look at the size of him. It's a big boy. It's crazy that these mammals existed here in North America, like back in the day. Here we have some dinosaurs. Talking about the great extinction of the dinosaurs. La gran extinción. It's crazy to think about the extinction of the dinosaurs. The crazy thing is, well, I don't know, whenever I was a kid, when I was growing up, I would always think like, you hear about it, like giant meteorite hits in, in the Yucatan Peninsula, wipes out the dinosaurs. But like, it didn't like wipe out the dinosaurs immediately. It didn't just all die. Like there must have been a long period of time, decently long, where some of them were still alive in different places around the world. It's pretty nuts to think about. Oh, look at this. Not part of the exhibit, but there's a bird in a nest up there in that window. Another thing about this museum is the building really is cool. It's this big round, all of these halls are in this big round like layout around the center, like right on the other side of this like rounded wall is the main entrance hall, right? Where we came in with the beautiful skylight up above and the bust to the founder. There's a T-Rex skull. Terrifying. But man, yeah, the building is very cool. It's a very cool building. It's cool that this building was built, so close to the founding of La Plata. The founding and the original construction of La Plata is such an interesting story. And the fact that it was, founded, they laid the cornerstone in the center of Plaza Moreno, and they laid it in 1882, and then 6 years later, they had this building built. In 1882, it was just a field in all of La Plata, and 6 years later, they had this thing built. That's so crazy. Not just this either. I mean, the municipal palace right there on Plaza Moreno, they had already started work on the cathedral. It's crazy. Look at this creepy guy. Oh, here are some of these Yeah, actual fossils. Leg bones from one of those big old sauropods. Those are wild. Alright, here we are back in the hall that we skipped over. And, I mean, this thing goes all the way around the curve. And there are large taxidermied displays in the center. But then, little orangutan. Along the walls, there are these like smaller ones. You know, in each one of these cases, there's several animals in each one of these cases, and it goes like all the way around. The collection that they have here is crazy. Oh, here's a maned wolf. These are wild creatures. This maned wolf, super tall, very long legs. Strange looking creature. An ostrich, other large flightless birds here. Let's see. Here's an emu. Our Australian friends here. All kinds of penguins. Let's see, here's a armadillo? No, yeah, like an anteater. Anteater, armadillo. Giant crazy mammal. Llama. Or llama relative. Oh yeah, no, these are guanaco. These are like native to Argentina. They're like similar to llamas, I think, or they're a type of llama. I've seen these actually in the Eco Parque, right? The Eco Parque in Buenos Aires. Saw actual living ones of these. Check that video out, link in the description. Bats. Some people are also creeped out by bats. I think they're cool. Personally. I think they're cool. I think they're pretty cool. Various deer. Little cats. This is crazy. Yeah. Just keeps going all the way around here. Look at this. This is wild. Seem to be coming up on another school group. We've done our best. We've done our best to avoid them, but they seem to be right around the corner here. Oh, here's some various anteaters. All right, well, basically, it goes around there, and it ends over there. But I think if we spend too much time here in this hall, we're going to get bogged down in every one of these animals. There's probably about 1,000 taxidermied animals in here. And, man, we just don't have time to see everything that's in this museum. There's just too much stuff. We don't have time. We don't have time to see it all. The video would end up being like 3 hours long. Anyway, let's go back through. We'll head out to the main hall and we'll go upstairs and we'll see what's up there. One of the things that's up there is an Egypt exhibit that I'm really kind of psyched to see. So let's go back out to the main hall and we'll head upstairs. All right, up here on the second floor, much closer to that skylight, which is very cool. Didn't really notice this before, or couldn't see it very well from down there, but the design on it is very, very cool. Looks like this is a archaeology section. Latin American archaeology. Yeah, Incan Empire. Some of this Incan stuff over here. Now we've seen a lot of this kind of stuff in previous videos that we've made that I don't know, weren't super popular on this channel, I will say. One of them that I thought would be a lot more popular was the Museum of Pre-Columbian Art in Santiago, Chile. Link in the description. It's basically a lot of pre-Columbian art, ceramics, textiles and stuff like that. Really, really amazing, well-preserved, and not just like Inca, and not just from Chile, but like from all over Latin America. Truly incredible collection. I really enjoyed seeing all of that. And as of the recording of this video, that video has like 100 views. So honestly, go check it out if you're interested in this kind of stuff. Like, that collection is truly, truly amazing. Stuff from the Chimu civilization in Peru, northern Peru. Saw a lot of cool stuff like this too in the Museum of Gold and Weapons of the World in Lima, Peru. There's 2 videos for that because there was so much stuff in there we had to break it up into 2 videos. Links to those videos down in the description as well. Incredible collection of pre-Incan gold and artifacts. I mean, when I say incredible, I mean like this place was packed with so much stuff that we ended up running out of battery on the camera and having to film on the phone. The downstairs floor is all pre-Incan gold and artifacts, and the upstairs floor is all like historical weapons and uniforms and all kinds of crazy stuff. That's a truly amazing collection. Links to both of those videos in the description. More archaeology stuff. Argentina. Quebradas. What is quebradas? Quebrada de Tastil. Looks like a giant archaeological dig site. Wow. Oh yeah, this is up by like Salta and Jujuy. We visited up there in Salta. Beautiful city. Looks like each one of these are from different archaeological dig sites. Yeah. This stuff over here from over in like Salta, Tucumán, Catamarca, La Rioja, and San Juan. It's really amazing to see all this stuff from the different civilizations, the indigenous civilizations that were there, going way back, thousands and thousands of years. All right, we made our way into the Egypt section. 2 school groups of about, I don't know, probably like 50 or 60 kids each. It's not a very big section here. They literally just speed ran this place. They came in here one after the other, and they probably just like looped around, and then they were gone. So now we have the whole place to ourselves, basically. This is some wild stuff, the Egypt stuff. The thing that's so amazing about Egypt, like ancient Egypt, is the civilization there, of course, very old, right? But just how long it lasted. You look at some Egyptian stuff and it's like the how long the civilization lasted there is just wild. I mean, thousands and thousands of years. This is cool. They have all this stuff. All this old preserved, like Egyptian artifacts. Ramses Monumental. Monument to Ramses II. Wow. Yeah, here's a model of what it looked like. The temple. Crazy. It's a very cool collection they have here. Not very big, but I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't expect a museum in Argentina to have like a huge collection of stuff from Egypt. I would imagine museums closer to Egypt probably have more stuff. Still, this collection is quite cool. Quite cool. Here's the funeral practices of Egypt, which very interesting and kind of gross. I won't go into it. It's cool, very cool. I think that's about it for the museum here. Now, I noticed there is a third floor, though. Don't know exactly how we get up there, or if we can, or if it's even part of like what you can see. There's stuff up there. There's like cases with stuff in it. All right, well, let's take a quick look. Oh no, wait, actually, I bet you this is the way to get up. Yeah. And there's a sign that says "No pasar, área restringida." Okay, so we can't go up there. It's a restricted area. So then that's it, I think. I think we've seen everything here on what was a pretty quick speed run, honestly, through this museum. But I mean, look, like I said before, it's huge. It's gigantic. And if we had taken a lot of time to look at everything, this video would be insanely long. We'd have to make like a 4-part video for this museum. It's crazy collection that they have here in La Plata. I'm really glad that people on the other video from the museum in Buenos Aires left comments telling me to come here. And actually, once I had when I put that video up on YouTube, I had already planned to come to La Plata. I had already booked a ticket, and so I was I knew I was going to be here in La Plata. So thank you very much to everybody who left a comment on that video telling me to come see this place, because it was well worth it. Y'all were right. This place is amazing. So that's going to be it. That's it for our tour of the beautiful Museo de la Plata. What a really amazing museum. I'm not gonna lie, very cool. Very glad that we came, and I'm very glad that when we were touring here, in our previous video about Paseo el Bosque, that we kind of ran out of battery, right, and weren't able to go into that place, because if I had tried to film in there and make it part of that video, we never would have been able to do it. There's just too much stuff in there. It's an incredible collection that they have, really, and very glad that we saw it. And I really enjoyed that tour around that place. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around. There's plenty more coming from here in La Plata. We're gonna see some other really cool stuff, and yeah, stick around. We'll see you in the next one.